Yo, what up, y'all? Now, I ain't really trying to. First and foremost, good morning, and hope y'all doing all right. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever y'all at out in the world. Man, I don't want to really get too political this morning, but I'll definitely kind of explain some things that I'm recognizing with what's going on in the world around us. A lot of us get so caught up in the day-to-day grind, like just, the everyday monotony of just going to work, grinding, taking care of the crib, taking care of the babies, taking care of wifey, taking care of hubby. We got our heads down in the grind, and there be so much going on in the world that we don't recognize it, but it greatly affects your everyday life, right? So I'm gonna say this, kind of where we are in America right now. There's a lot of cultural battles going on, with the LGBTQ and Democrats versus Republicans, Trumps versus Bidens, blacks versus whites, the border. We got the economy is terrible. We got inflation is horrible. The middle class is struggling. Poor people depending on the government subsidies and government programs. But you got middle class and upper class, more rich people who are paying for those things. Like, it's just a lot of cultural turbulence going on right now. And I'll say this. Blue states are doing terrible right now. If you live in a Democratic state, it is not good. It is not good to be living in no blue states. I live in a red state, but a blue city. So when I leave outside of Atlanta, when I go hit Buckhead and I go hit Dunwoody and I go hit all these places that are run by red representatives, right? Like red mayors, people who actually support Raffensperger in our red government that actually runs the state. Everywhere else except Atlanta is doing good. Everywhere else except Atlanta is doing good, and I recognize that around the country. Blue cities and blue states around the country is doing terrible right now. California, a lot of more wealthy people are exiting California and going to red states like Florida, going to red states like Texas because of their policies. Their policies resonate more with the freedoms that come associated with America. There's a lot of socialism going on in these blue states where y'all want to take the taxpayers' dollars and give it away to people who ain't worked for it. Y'all want to create all these government programs and all these subsidies and all the welfare and not to say that people who need help shouldn't receive it, but you got to recognize what it's doing. It slows the development of your city and your state when you have all of these state-run programs, all of these government-run programs, and then you wonder why the roads look like shit. You wonder why the public school system is trash. It's because y'all divvying up the money and y'all giving away to places that don't necessarily impact your overall environment. So I say all that to say this: whoever the red candidate is for presidency, whoever the red candidate is for mayor in Atlanta or around your city and states, I would definitely leverage the fact that they want you to just stay complacent in the place that you've been at. Atlanta been a blue city for how long? 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years? And we still talking about the poor. We still talking about the less fortunate. All these government programs that y'all been running ain't been working. And it shows. Property values are still down in certain places in Atlanta. really, and like I said, in blue states, period, but I live in the blue city in a red state, so I can only speak directly to what I see and what I'm experiencing. I'm a middle class man in Atlanta, right? I'm a middle class man in Atlanta, and I live in a predominantly black community, Southwest Atlanta, because that's where my heart is, that's where my home is, that's where home has always been for me. But to see lack of change, to see a minimal amount of taxpayers' dollars spent in neighborhoods that people who look like me live in, not to make it a race thing, but middle class people live in certain areas, right? To see the lack of funding and spending in areas like this, and not to be able to be given a reason as to where it's going or what it's being spent on, something got to shake. And I know who know how to do the business. Facts. Republicans get shit done. The red side gets shit done. It is what it is. I don't like paying state taxes. I don't. Federal tax is cool. I understand everybody got to eat. But state taxes be killing the middle class. And I can go on about other minor and minute details as to what's being done based on your political party. But again, a lot of these red states ain't having the issues that blue states is having. Crime, homelessness, a lot of these people supporting the migration of immigrants coming in freely, right? Like, but that drowns out the middle and lower class, because these are people that are willing to work for lower wages. So wages not going up. Like I said, I can continue on and on about, the negative aspects of living in a blue city or blue state in comparison to the decisions and the policies of red states. But I'll leave y'all to do that homework for y'all-self. Just understand like what's really going on around y'all more than anything is what I'm trying to say. Just do a little research. You feel me? Just do a little research. Look into it. See what's really going on. And then tell me what type of society you'd rather live in. Drugs is getting horrible. Jobs don't want to pay. Homelessness is going up. Again, I can continue to go on and on, but unless we get different people running this shit, it ain't gonna never change. So that's my spiel for today. OG Nate checking out.